soul family. Sorry about that. I had a call that absolutely needed to be taken. It was my best friend needing me, and we don't get enough time to talk together ever. And it was something that was very important that was happening. So, Spirit, I didn't put my no disturb button on my cell phone because clearly that call needed to be taken. So we're gonna have two parts today. So where were we? I've been, and then I had to take a work call in between. A couple of clients called in. So, we're going back to the wisdom of Avalon. That's right. And then we were going to do the crystal angels, but I'm just not feeling them right now. I'm just not feeling them. So I think I'm just going to keep working with the wisdom of Avalon. And a theme is coming, and is in our weekly reading as well. And I'm going to stress it again because it was brought up in my conversation. How we really have to resist the desire to fix other people's problems, to try and educate other people. I do this. I put these readings out because this is what Spirit wants to go out, and whoever wants to listen or take on the message, that's their choice. I'm not going to go to anybody and tell them what to do, right? If somebody comes to you, be a hearing ear. Don't try and fix the situation. Listen. It's not our responsibility to fix anybody else's problems. Even if it's family and we love them and they're not doing well, and well, this could help them. If they did this would go better. Don't resist. Just be the port in the storm. Just be the hearing ear. And another emphasis is please do not enable others. When other people are going through issues and they're doing things that are clearly causing them trouble, pay attention to. I'm shutting my door because it's quite chilly outside. That's a message in itself. There's cold emotion out there right now. So we need to keep ourselves warm. We need to keep ourselves in a place of safety. Keep yourself in a little safe bubble today. This is about self-care. Don't take on other people's issues so that it drags down your own energy. Just keep it bright. And if there are issues and problems in family that is sick or having different difficulties, just be the light. Just be the happiness. Happy stories, positive thoughts, jokes, funny things, whatever you can do to just turn the energy in an upward. Like think about a smile. Turn your frown into a smile, right? But everybody has their own angels. Everybody has their own spiritual team. Everybody else has the Father as well, and the Father, Mother guiding us, right? So don't fix their problems. You're an enabler. You're then becoming codependent. Step outside codependent behavior in your relationships with your husband and with your kids, with your family, with your friends, anyone. Everybody has their own choices to make. Everybody has their own spiritual team, and we all have the ability every single morning to choose our thoughts, to choose our actions. So let everybody do their thing and don't feel that you need to do it, because you're going to just drag your own energy down. All right, here we go. Ooh, that was very, very clear. Woo, the king. Interesting that I just brought hematite and tourmaline forward. Two very strong grounding stones. And here we see the king. So the king, many things come forward with the king. All matters of justice and law. Things, set your house in order. Any legal issues, any court documents, anything pertaining to justice, balance. It also clearly talks about, the king is clearly somebody of authority, somebody who is respected, somebody who wields with a strong fist. He's very strong. He's somebody that is oftentimes people. He can instill fear, but respect and honor is the good king, right? We don't want a bad king. A negative king can instill fear. We want a loving king. But this is male sexual energy. We can be the king. We can have that male energy, that very powerful, authoritative energy. But this could represent someone in your life. As I said, it's about putting your house in order, getting things organized. It's about resolving any legal issues. As I said, it's tax time coming soon. Anything that has to be done with regards to making a choice or decision making, you want to be fair towards all, because again, that's what a king is, impartial, right? He has to rule over the land, so he's got to be impartial and fair to his subjects. anything, any bills that you need to pay, any arguments that have to be, is there a misunderstanding? You need to take the lead is what they're showing me here. Clearly the king is very intelligent. He's got a strategy. He's thoughtful. He has many people that work underneath him. So he delegates authority. So it's about delegating authority, not being Wonder Man, Wonder Woman, 3, the number 3 right there is representing our ascended masters, that there is an ascended master or more working with you at this time. So I think of Archangel Michael, and I think of Jesus, and I think of Metatron always comes to mind for me. But 3 also is full circle completion. So something is ending. We had death right before this. So putting things, finalizing documents, a divorce decree, ending of a business contract, or signing of a business contract, selling a house, buying a house, anything to do with order and making the final decisions. Maybe you need to make a decision in regards to something. Also, this represents a male in your life. And depending on the cards that come before or after, it will tell you what this male represents. So we had death represented before. So an ending. There's an ending to something, which means a new beginning. So let's ask for the next message and see what this king represents. Why is this king coming forward for us? Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What is the king representing for us? What is it in regards to? And then I've got to go back to work because I've spent a really long time on the phone with my best friend. I needed it, but it was a long time. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Here we go. So this is in regards to a risk. The king is in the regards to an ending of something, the beginning of something else, and a risk. So you see this path. There's a path that goes to the right, there's a path that goes to the left, and there's a path that goes straight ahead. Now, it's the path ahead has the light, right? So this would be the smartest way to go, wouldn't you think? But which direction are you going to go? So it's asking you now, the number 40, 4 again, always representing angels, and what they're telling you is God and the angels are surrounding you with heavenly love and protection. So as you go on this, so something you might think is risky regarding this king, you are being protected. Okay, that's my first message. There's the king. Something ended, the king comes forward, and there's a risk. So you're being protected as you move forward on your path. Even though it appears to be a risk for you. So has there been an ending in regards to that king? Have you left a job? Have you walked away from a domineering or a controlling man? Maybe this represents a very controlling man. The king is in control of his kingdom, right? Look at him holding up his wand here. He is in charge. So this was a very controlling person, and something ended with this king, and now there's a risk. Or this king is coming forward to help you after this ending of something went forward, and you feel that you're at risk. But you are protected, Spirit says. So risk is people say, ooh, that's very risque. That can be very exciting, right? Or it can be scary, depending on how you look at it. You don't know what's going to happen because you don't know what the outcome is. That's why it's a risk. So am I taking a risk on this person? Something ended before with this king. And now either he's coming forward and you're being offered something, or you're thinking of going in a direction and it feels risky. You're not quite certain, but Spirit says you're protected. Or you're leaving this controlling situation and now it's new and you feel like, I don't know what's going on, so I feel like I'm in a risky situation. But Spirit again says, right now, you can't see what's ahead of you. Right down this path, we can see down the path in this forest, but I don't know what's up there. And you're required to go this way at this time. Whichever direction you go, you don't know the outcome. Because this is part of the journey. So it's going to demand that you have faith. So if this king represents Jesus, I am here to tell you, you are safe. I'm in control of the protection. I will protect you. I have the ability to protect you. I have troops. Did you see my phone jump when I said that? There's emphasis on that. Not to mention the fact that I brought out tourmaline, black tourmaline, and hematite for protection. So this king is offering you protection. on your path. So you can do what you think might be risky. I'm getting that there's something that's going to be required, and it feels like a risk, but it's the right thing to do. And the faith is what's required of you. Trust in this king, whether it be Jesus, one of the ascended masters, or the king that comes into your life. Trust this king. But they want you to rely on your higher self. Pay attention to your higher self. Your intuition is going to tell you, which way do I go? How do I do this? Now, do I want to engage? Do I want to go with this king? Do I want to separate from this king? Do I trust moving forward on this project? Is the risk worth it for me? Should I engage with it now? Is the risk worth me trying this now, or should I wait until another opportunity comes? Is this the only opportunity? Is this the best opportunity for me? Or I'm leaving this situation. There's my road. I turn left, right, or go straight. Which is the best choice for me? When it's a risk, it's not a sure thing. So am I willing to risk the defeat of something in order to gain something possibly amazing? In a relationship, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen. I know what my heart's telling me. And yet I feel this element of risk because I'm not quite certain of how things are going to turn out. But Spirit says you're protected, right? So if you're not certain if you should take the risk, you feel in your stomach. What does it feel? Is it fear or is it excitement? You need to get clear on that. Pray for guidance, ask for a specific sign, and if you get a positive, then go for it. If not, then wait, and then you'll have another opportunity. Okay, we are going to ask for one more because I'm going to put these two to the side. It's interesting that we do have protection, though, right? We have protection. Maybe it's risky. Maybe it appears risky to other people. Maybe other people think that what you're suggesting or what you're planning on doing is risky. But you know, I trust that king. I trust him. He's honorable. He's a man of integrity. So maybe I don't see the outcome, and maybe it does feel like, wow, you know, this could go sideways, but Spirit says I'm protected. I'm always protected. I know that, and I trust this king. So then my answer would be, I'm going for it. Burden. All right. I'm getting another message just as I look upon this. Okay. Stop carrying. We just talked about this. Stop carrying the weight of other people. It's not your responsibility. Put that burden down and allow the ascended masters to carry it. Allow Jesus to carry it. Allow someone else to take on. You aren't the only one that is responsible. For everybody. You're not responsible for anyone but you. Have you been acting like a king, taking the responsibility like this is your kingdom and that you are in control or have to deal with everybody? You have to deal with all these subjects like this is your kingdom? Spirit says you're carrying a burden that doesn't belong to you. So release it. I know you feel that you're honorable doing this. I know you feel that you're acting in integrity and it's your responsibility. Maybe you're the head of the family. Maybe you're the oldest son or the oldest daughter, and this burden rests upon your shoulders. But Spirit is telling you right now, you need to set the burden down. Because right now, what they're talking about is exactly what I spoke about earlier, codependency. It's not your responsibility. It's not your job to carry it. You can be supportive. The king can be very loving and supportive, but he delegates authority. So they're saying delegate the authority to Spirit. Put this burden down. Anything that is slowing you down, making you unhappy, this could be your own personal commitments, your own responsibilities that you have put upon your own shoulders. Are you staying in an unhealthy relationship with a controlling man out of fear of taking a risk and going out on your own? Release it. Spirit says you're safe. Are you carrying the burdens like this king upon your shoulders because you're trying to stop other people from getting hurt? You don't want them to risk whatever could possibly happen, but it's their path to follow. You need to release this burden. Because if you're the enabler, you're going to hurt them more. It's not your path to walk. It's their journey to follow. We all have our own choices to make. 3 choices in front of us we see. It's not your responsibility to choose for others. You need to allow them to make their own mistakes. Drop the burden. So release is release others to go their own way. maybe you're carrying a lot of burdens. Oh, you're overburdened and you're not quite sure where to go. And you need to go to someone to help. Ask for help from an authority figure. Maybe you need a lawyer. Maybe you need to get an attorney. Maybe you need a mediator. Maybe you need to go to our Father in prayer or our angels, because often we forget to ask when we're feeling so burdened. I just spoke with a client on the phone and she called back twice, and the message was she knew the situation was toxic. It was awful. And yet she kept holding on, and I said, you need to release it. I just wondered, why is he going to change, or why is he doing it? What does he want with me? I said, he's an energy vampire. He wants your energy. He's draining from you. He realizes that you're strong and that you're a light, and he doesn't want to do his own work, so he comes and he leans on you. And he has all these other people that he leans on too, all these multiple women that he leans on and draws from all of them. He thinks he's the king of the castle, but he's draining from everybody. Why? Because he's a big dog, he thinks, that gets to ride for free. He's sitting on his throne, expecting, he's got a sense of entitlement. He's expecting everyone to do his work. He thinks he's royalty. He treats himself like royalty. He's a narcissist. Release that burden. Don't worry about what his karma is. Well, when's his karma going to catch up to him? Don't worry about it. It isn't your worry. You don't even want to think about that, because when you think about it, you're still carrying the burden of it. She got upset, hung up the phone. I'm like, okay, you're not ready to hear it. But I'm not going to. And then what do? I release that call, because I'm not going to take on the negative energy of it. So all of this is about releasing the burden. Carrying a burden is not what Spirit wants us to do. As I said, everyone has their own angels. Everyone has their own spiritual team. I love him. He's my twin. Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course he is. But he has our Father, Mother. He has an angelic team. He has knowledge. He has choices. It's not for you to carry him. All you need to do is see him surrounded in love. I release you with love and light to your own choices, so that you can make your own choices and go on your own journey. If you choose to carry the burdens that you have, I can't help you. It's not my job to help you. My job is to take care of me and keep myself light and happy, so that I'm of help and service to others. But I don't take on too many burdens. When I feel overburdened, I stop, I rest, I take a breather. Like the butterfly says, I keep it simple. I eliminate the things that are overburdening me. I simplify, I relax, I take a breath, I pause, I go out into nature. So you need to be aware right now that we all have our own tools. All of us have the tools that we possess. We all have the ability to call in for help. We all have the ability to get things done ourselves, to release things, to forgive ourselves, to forgive others, and to love ourselves first, without thinking that we're being selfish, because we're not. Integrity, kindness, compassion, discernment, discretion, faith, forgiveness, truth, love. These are tools that we want to focus on. Pay attention to any of those words that popped out. I'll say them again. Integrity, kindness, compassion, discernment, discretion, faith, forgiveness, truth, love. Those are just some. Honesty, honor, forgiveness. Do any of those things pop out for you right now? So look at your tools and see if there's anything in your toolbox that you're not supposed to have in there, that you've been carrying around with you in a metal toolbox and it's weighing you down. Because we need to be light. Leave behind any, that's another thing. Maybe there are things that you need to release. Maybe you need to simplify. Maybe you're going to be moving. Maybe things are going to be moving quickly. Maybe you don't want to have too much. Unburden yourself. Take, my landlord said, I said, oh, I saw this. I can't remember what it was. And he goes, oh, you don't want to be getting all of that, because, what are you going to do with it? I have things very simple in here, right? I eliminate and I simplify. So maybe you need to release some of the things in your life so that you have less of a burden, right? I'm going to let you guys go with this. Oh, no, I think actually we're done with these cards, because the king has to do with a risk and a burden that's being carried. So these are the things that, and the ending. The ending, the king, the risk, and the burden. So now what we're going to do, since I said the stress seems to be on, okay, going to spirit. That was on the bottom of the deck. So stress seems to be going to spirit. Call on spirit's assistance. They're always there. The eagle talks about integrity. This is about connecting with your angels and your spirit guides. Okay? That's the emphasis. Now, what I want to do is, like I said the other day, I haven't done, and I'm excited about this now. I can do it. The I can do it cards from Louise Hay. Yay! I'm going to wrap up all of my readings with these. One from here. Whoa, and it literally flew across the desk. Okay, this is amazing. Now, we just had the king, right? We wanted to know what the king represented. Well, check this out. I handle authority with ease, and I am always respected in return. So there is a king in your life that is probably lording over you, but you are able to handle authority. Or is this the law? Or is this, you know what I mean? Legal matters. I am able to handle authority with ease. I am relaxed. I am calm. I am always respected in return. I choose healthy stimulation. During breaks at work, I speak positively with others and listen with compassion. So maybe this is about a boss. Do you have a boss that's cracking the whip? That's putting a lot of burdens upon your shoulders? Ask Spirit to help you. Look, he's putting everything on me. He's asking me to work weekends. He's expecting this. I need a break. Tell Spirit, I need a break. I need help with this. Please send help my way. Please shield me from an aggressive boss. Please help me speak in a respectful manner. And when I get a break at work, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go into meditation. I'm going to ask Spirit to help me. I'm going to take a drink of not coffee. I'm going to drink lemon water to cleanse my body. I'm going to have some healthy food, fresh fruit, vegetables. And I'm not going to be around the water jug. I always call it the water jug. What do they call it? The water, where they all hang out. I'm not going to sit there and talk about all the goings on, the gossip, and I don't want to listen to the negative, they said this is going to happen, but stay away from the gossip. And if somebody has something they need to say to you, remember earlier we were talking about how you don't need to fix their problems. You can listen with compassion. So if somebody is sitting there and they're just droning on, you can say to Spirit, okay, please end this. This is too much for me. Or you can try and just calm and say to Spirit, help me listen to what I need to hear in this conversation. Because it may have nothing to do with what they're talking about, but they may have something that they say that makes you think about something that you need to focus on. So try to come across in a compassionate way. Not try, come across in a compassionate way. Choose that. I choose healthy stimulation. During breaks, I speak positively because I'm going to lead by example. And I handle the authority around me with ease. And I am respected by them in return because I come across in an honorable way. I handle myself like a king. I handle myself like a queen. I keep calm. I'm not pushed around. I'm respectful. I respectfully decline any negative invitations. Okay. And then we'll do one from the Mars and Venus cards. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Mars and Venus. It's very cold today, very crisp, very, very blue sky. Still, not a cloud. It's still but it's crisp. So to me, calm, cool, and collected, right? Stay in the light, stay in the sun, stay in the warmth. Because if you're out in the wind, in the shade, where it's shady, if you're in a shady area, if you're in a shady, doing something that's shady, it's windy, it's cold, right? It's not a good place to be. Get out of that shady environment. If you're in an environment that's shady, remove yourself from it. It's not working for you. Stay in the light. Stay in the sun. Make the right choice. Don't go down that path. Don't take that risk if you're around shady people. If you feel it's a risky situation, it best be with somebody who is honorable and someone of integrity. If they're not, don't take the risk. You will be protected, but don't take the risk. You won't be protected from the consequences of your choices. Okay. So it's this one. Tell him it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your responsibility to take on what that king has done. It's not your responsibility. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You don't need to take the blame. Tell her it's not your fault. You don't need to explain yourself. Take her side when she's upset with someone. Okay, there's been a fight. There's been a problem. Be there for them. Remember? I'm on your side. You're my best friend. I love you. Or I'm here for you. I'm here. You've always got, you don't have to say, they're a jerk and you're right. Just, I'm with you. I'll be your shelter. I'll be the umbrella in the storm, right? The port in the storm. Come underneath my umbrella. I said I'd always be a friend, and I'm stick it out through the end. When you're upset, just come into my arms and let me hold you. Give them a mental hug. Give them a verbal hug, right? I love you. I'm here for you. If you need me, I'm here. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that happened. It's not your fault they chose to do that. It's not your fault that things went this way. It's not your fault because everything happens as it's meant to happen. There's consequences for actions, but it's not your fault. I love you. I love you guys.